One man, one mission to rid the world of chronic anxiety once and for all. The anxiety guy, Dennis Simsek, shares his personal transformation from living a life filled with overwhelming worry to becoming a full-fledged positivity machine, a leading authority in generalized anxiety. Dennis gets to the truth of your mental health challenges and sets you on a path to transforming each and every area of your life. Here he is, the one and only, the anxiety guy.
Warriors, welcome to episode 181 of the Anxiety Guy podcast. I'm your host, Dennis Simsek. This podcast episode is brought to you by the End the Anxiety program, along with the Life Mastery program. You can find both at anxietyexit.com today. Warriors, today we're discussing a morning routine. And to tell you the truth, it was challenging for me to find the proper title to go with this podcast episode because, you can call a good morning routine all sorts of things. You can call it good for anxiety recovery. You can call it great for alignment, law of attraction. You can call it all sorts of things, spiritual growth. So what I want to do today is I want to provide you with a framework as far as how you should be going about your morning in order to be in alignment with your conscious desires. What does that mean? That means that when you go through the day, you're faced with two different ideas. One coming from the conscious mind saying, I desire something new, I truly deserve it, I believe I can achieve it. And then one idea coming from the subconscious mind saying, let's keep up with the routine. Let's maintain your past identity. Let's stay sensitized. So again, we're battling with these two ideas throughout the day. And this morning routine will provide the alignment with your conscious desires. Very key. I don't know why more people aren't providing themselves a regular morning routine each and every day because, they haven't really prioritized themselves yet. They're going about their life hoping to implement something for a day or two and hoping that it changes everything going on within them, and it's not happening. Why are we also doing this morning routine is because we want to emit a frequency through our inner world and towards the outer world of what our true self is. We want to project good health. We want to project a certain vibration throughout our internal systems and also into the outer world. We also want to aid in the healing that the body is capable of, right? So you want to heal. That's why you're here. You're listening to this, aren't you? You're listening to this so that you can benefit as far as your mental, emotional, physical health. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to provide a framework for your mornings so that it becomes easy to implement over time. All right? You are the most important person in this world. So why not go about this religiously each and every day? In the beginning, of course, challenges arise, but as you go about it, it becomes so much easier. So, as far as the morning routine, there are four components that all add up, like I mentioned, to align yourself with what you want. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you each component, and then what I want to do is give you 3 examples that you can begin using. Okay? You can pick one out of the 3, or you can be creative and create your own. All right? It's totally up to you. So the first one is the mental component. When you wake up in the morning, the first thing you want to do is direct your mind in the right direction. You do not want to play out the same types of thinking styles that have gotten you into this anxious state. So when I'm talking about the mental component, I'm talking about taking control of your mind. Now, I like these 3 exercises, and like I mentioned, you can pick one or create your own. The first mental exercise that I like is based around what's called morning release, where you grab a piece of paper and you write down all your doubts and all your fears and all the things that you may be sensitized towards throughout the day. And you give yourself 2 minutes to write down all those things. And then you go to your garbage can, you slowly rip that piece of paper, and you throw it in the garbage can. Now, why is this effective? It's effective because we've associated anything that goes into the garbage can as something that we don't have to think about anymore. So whatever goes in there loses priority. And that means the negative ideas that may be running through your head in the morning and throughout the day. The second mental exercise is the 5-minute journal. You can pick up this app. I believe it's on Android. I believe it's on the Apple Store. It's called a 5-minute journal. Very, very simple and very, very powerful. It's like brushing your teeth for your mind, basically. And what it's going to do is it's going to ask you the things that you're grateful for. It's going to ask you how you're going to make today an incredible day. And then it's going to get you to create an intention or an affirmation for the day. Very, very simple exercise. And it's also got an evening side to it, but we're more focused on the morning side. So the 5-minute journal is fantastic. And thirdly, writing down how you can improve on yesterday. Right? Writing down on how you can improve on yesterday. Now, if you do that in the morning within the first 30 minutes upon waking up, you're obviously going from an unconscious state, which is sleeping, to a conscious state and aware and moving towards those beta brain waves where you got to analyze and think through things. You're going to find that you revert towards the interpretation of things that serve you so much better. And instead of being a positive thinker, you're going to be a more logical thinker. All right? So those are the 3 mental exercises in the mental component. Like I mentioned, pick one or create your own. The second component is the emotional component. So we have to build the right emotions within the first hour upon waking up. We want to feel good. We want to set the tone for the day. So when we're talking about the emotional component, we're talking about power poses. If you want to learn about power poses, go on YouTube, watch a video by Amy Cuddy. It's a TED Talk. It's brilliant. It'll teach you about how to take control of your physiology and therefore your emotional state. So power poses are fantastic to get the juices running in the right direction. Secondly, go through some I ams in front of the mirror. I ams, right? And when you're going through those I ams, really get some intention, some emotion behind them. I am in a beautiful transition. I am improving myself day after day. I don't care, right? But utilize the mirror. Look into the mirror, look into your eyes, go through those I ams and begin believing what you're telling yourself. Thirdly, breath of fire. I'm not going to go too deep into breath of fire, but in my heart, I do believe that there is tremendous value in practicing breath of fire. And it's just very, very short whiffs of breathing. Kind of goes like this. And what you want to do is you want to go through at least 50 of those upon waking up in the morning. That'll basically get you jolted, get some adrenaline running in the right direction, and I believe breath of fire will be helpful in creating the emotional state that you want to tap into. All right? So first 2 components, mental, go through that in the morning, emotional, get yourself ready for the day. Third component is physical. So you got to do something with your body. Your body has been stiff for about 8, 10, 6 hours, whatever it is. It's time to move. So when I'm talking about physical, obviously the physical changes that you make are improving your mental and emotional and spiritual sides. So in the physical component, go with morning yoga, go with a morning walk, or go with Qigong, okay? And again, you've got many different options, but you've got to move and you've got to get the juices flowing. You've got to prepare not only your mind, not only your emotions, but also your physical body, because we are all of these different types of bodies. We're not just one physical body. We've got different compartments to us. So again, there's got to be something related to the physical component. And finally, in your morning routine, it's about the spiritual or religious side of things. So I'm talking about meditation, all right? If you're not comfortable or can't meditate on your own, there are so many guided meditations. If you go on the Anxiety Guy YouTube channel, you'll find meditations, or just put it in the keyword, Anxiety Guy Meditations. Specifically for health anxiety, generalized anxiety, worry, stress, it's there. It's all in front of you. So you want to tap in to your connection to source in the fourth component. Along with meditation, you can also go through morning prayers or a letter to God. In the morning, you can go through a letter to God, outlining your expectations, okay, and what you're willing to do to get that expectation. I'm a firm believer that within the spiritual and religious sense, it's more important to expect something to happen than hope and wish for it. So when you're going through that letter to God, I expect so-and-so to take place in my life. I expect this transition to be as smooth as possible towards self-mastery. When you're connecting to God, not only are you connecting to something on the outside, okay, we all have a different interpretation of what God is, but we're also connecting to our subconscious minds. We are a part of God. So when you expect something, you're planting a seed within you, and that seed will be watered as you continue expecting that to occur. So this whole morning routine shouldn't take you more than 40 minutes. If you spend 10 minutes on each one of these, brilliant. You're ready for the day. You've got so much momentum. You've got progress going. You're ready to take on the day. I mean, you've flushed out what needs to be flushed out. And you've got an optimistic, a naturally occurring optimistic view for the entire day. Warrior, please take this seriously, because the way you set up your morning will definitely affect how you react to the challenges when they show up throughout the day. Take it, run with it. I love you so very much. YouTubers, I love you too. Remember, you are more than anxiety. Don't ever allow anybody else to tell you otherwise. Moving together, one day at a time. Bye-bye.
Thanks for being an important part of the Anxiety Guy podcast community. If you enjoyed this podcast, please leave a positive rate and review. If you're searching for further support on your road to recovery from anxiety, head over to anxietyexit.com and take part in the powerful End the Anxiety program based around the CBT model. If you're searching for a more one-on-one approach, you can sign up now for personal coaching sessions with Dennis via Skype. Remember, you are more than anxiety. See you in the next episode.